Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you one team you can use to do this faction assault from start to finish, every level, from the easiest to the hardest. Really fun team to use at the same time. Also show a couple of alternatives in case you don't have the troops I'm going to show you for this team. First things first though, if your horde level is less than 100 on this faction, you can get yourself a tier 1. This will give you a potion of enchantment. All your allies will start enchanted at the start of each and every battle for the entirety of this event. But if your horde level is 100 or above, you will have one stored, so you don't need to actually buy it from here. Only thing is though, if you intend to buy more tiers than this, you have to buy tier 1 anyway, because you need to buy them in order. And there is the Feyhound, guaranteed at tier 3. Does damage to an enemy, boosted by Wildcore allies, with a 40% chance to summon another Feyhound. Inflicts Hunter's Mark when it takes skull damage and deals double skull damage versus enemies with Hunter's Mark. So another troop to get your hands on there if you go to tier 3. Tier 4 there is the weapon. The Wild Hunter does magic-based true damage to an enemy, and if the enemy has Hunter's Mark, deal triple damage, then Hunters mark them. So if you get to cast this twice in succession, you are guaranteed that quick triple damage, really good. And it has Leaf as well, which is Leaf Storm, which is green, which makes it charge up quicker because it uses green as one of its colours. Pretty cool. But anyway, on with the team itself. It's the return of Tesla. She's been gone way too long. Girl power team, 2 times Tesla, Holus and Astra, absolutely lethal. If you don't have 2 times Tesla, you can throw in something like a Marilith. This is going to do a really good job. Only does a very small amount of supplemental true damage to all enemies, but does destroy magic-based gems. And that's going to charge up Tesla again pretty quick. So put Marilith where the second Tesla would be as a extra source of mana-gen to just basically cast that second Tesla really, really fast. If you don't have Marilith, then just have a look for anybody else that's going to be effective. Crimson Bat would do a good job doing true damage to all and gaining life. And if you don't have the Shield of Urskaya, which is best for this team, then chuck in the Golden Cog if you have it. Gives armor to an ally equal to their current armor. So basically you would put this on the same ally a couple of times. For example, if we put it on my Tesla, let's make the maths easy. Let's say I had 100 armor. The first time you put it on Tesla, that 100 armor will go to 200. But when you cast it on her again, that would go to 400. And if you've done it again, that would go to 800. So really easy to get really, really high armor, which is going to boost up Tesla's spell really easily because her spell does true scatter damage boosted by all ally and enemy armor. Absolutely brilliant for these kind of delves because as the enemy gets harder, as their stats get really high, she just gets more and more loopy, crazy, I'm going to electrify you to bits, powerful. Really, really good. Love Tesla. Absolutely one of the best troops in the game, and that includes mythics. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Holus and Astra is here because she gives all human allies a 50% start with mana, which is great for our Teslas and herself. And she gives life and armor to all allies, creates a light storm and enchants all humans. Bit of a shame about that light storm, don't particularly need it, but hey, it's there, and the life and armor boosts up Tesla's power again. And the Shield of Urskaya, if you're not familiar, gives an ally magic +1 armor, boosted by all enemy attack, then enrages and barriers them. One really cool thing about this is, if we take a look at the upgrades, is it has shielding, which is barrier itself. Now, if you notice on this spell itself, it does actually give a barrier at the same time. So quite often what you would do with this is cast this on somebody else. You'd cast this on one of your Teslas, keep their armor nice and high, keep the damage of the team high. Effectively, this way you get 2 barriers for the price of 1. Groovy! The banner for this will go for the Kraken banner, +2 brown, +1 blue, -1 purple. Really important to get that weapon up as quickly as possible. That way we get the boost as quickly as possible. Going to be in Geomancer class for this. Really good class. Don't get a 50% start because of humans. We're not human in this. We are construct. But we get a 50% start anyway. And we reduce damage from skulls by 50%, which is nice. In the talent trees, we'll go for Serendipity. Don't care about that one. Anti-magic sphere is good. Tactician is good, especially if you're a newer player. Nice little boost in magic. Rock Solid combines really well with our team. Gives us an extra barrier all the time we collect brown. This keeps our armor nice and safe, which boosts up the power of our team. And Tree of Knowledge. Gain enchant when matching green, which we'll do if we want to get Holus and Astra charged up. And Fortitude, just because we feel like it. It's just not going to be needed. But hey, it's good to have it anyway. Right, let's do a couple of battles here. Let's do this low-level scrap first. Then we'll jump into the delve itself on level 500, show how it works against the toughest team it can come up against, and see how it still absolutely obliterates it into oblivion. Must have been something funny in my tea this morning. I'm in a hyper lively mood. Tea is good, I like tea. And I like one-shotting, boom shakalakaing these opponents into oblivion. This slimy lot. Look at them all. What a bunch of hombres. Yes, get that for our Holy St. Astra. That 50% start combined with the Potion of Enchantment. You can be ready to cast in no time. We don't need to do the boosting yet. For a lot of players. Chuck on Medals of Guard to increase the armor of your team, which is going to increase Tesla's power. You do need to have a booster already to kill the enemy, which is extremely unlikely, even if you're a newer player. Then you just cast your Holy St. Astra first, or your shield first, whichever gets charged up first, and then cast your Tesla afterwards. Really, really straightforward. Absolutely obliterating the enemy. Don't need anything more than this team. Literally for the entire delve. Didn't have to do anything then. It's like if Tesla would have cast by herself, rather than making me press buttons, then I wouldn't have had to do anything at all on that level. Anyway, enough of that malarkey. Let's jump to the harder stuff. Alright, let's dive into Wild Court then. Make sure you've got those Medals of Guard equipped. Give yourself a extra boost in armour. Every little helps. Level 500. You're going to have to run this team ever so slightly differently now. You're going to have to make sure you get the boost from Tesla. Now, one thing to note straight away is, like, Tesla's power is already going to go through the roof, because the way the spell is boosted by all ally and enemy armor, and the enemy has pretty high stats, we already get a boost of plus 597, which is kind of nuts enough. But let's get the weapon charged up and see what happens when we cast that. Now, the Shield of Urskaya gives that magic +1 armor boosted by all enemy attack, and the enemy attack is really high. Look, we've got 132 here, 134 here, 136, 136. So let's do that. We get the barrier and enchantment at the same time. So like I said at the start, we get that extra barrier because of the upgrades. So cast it on the Tesla, we effectively get 2 barriers for the price of 1. And that boost has gone up to 711. Absolutely nuts. Let's cast Holy St. Astra. Let's do that. We're now on 783, and we haven't actually done anything yet. One cast from this is going to wipe them out. Look, they're only on 62, 55, 56, 45 life anyway, so this is massive overkill for me, massive. So you don't have to be anywhere near my level to make this work for you at the same time, which is really cool, because a lot of that initial boost, remember, was coming from the enemy. So this is going to really work really well, even if you're a newer player to the game with stats nowhere near as high as mine. Let's go on again. You may have to cast another Tesla once maybe to get this done for some players. But either way, it is going to be really, really cool to use. We don't need to get brown now. No need to get brown because we've got that Potion of Enchantment. We're going to be ready next round anyway. No red, no blue. That's a shambles. So we'll just get a double bubble boost. We'll just cast one. Then the other. Let's stick on a, give the second one a bit of action. Let's cast one, then the other. Job done. Girl power at its finest. Literally girl power, like plugged into the power mains. And flick the switch. And turn them into a frazzle. Oh, should have got brown really. Get brown first. Can't do much until you got your weapon charged up. Didn't care about that because we had the barrier that protected us, so we still got really high armor, which keeps our power high. And we one-shot everything into oblivion with a mighty great kaboosh. If you shout kaboosh as you cast Tesla, she does even more power. This is a little bit unknown. It's a bit of a secret, but it's so unknown that I might have just made it up. Anyway, enough malarkeying around. Like I said, I think there's something in my tea that I'm in a really weird mood. Hyper jovial, which is good. It's good to be happy. Don't be grumpy. Don't be miserable. Don't be a moaner. That don't get you anywhere. Har har. Right, we got a boost of 1,086 now, look. Absolutely crazy, and the reason is the enemy is even more powerful now. So Tesla just gets even more wound up. She just like puts you into the power grid itself. She just picks you up and chucks you into the main power grid and just says, that was supposed to be the mythic room. You are having a laugh, mate. Job done. That easy. That is going to be absolutely superb way of doing this particular delve. The return of the Tesla and a uber one-shot, incredibly powerful mega team. Probably the most powerful one-shot team for this delve, I would suggest. Anyway, grab your stuff at the end and chuck it in your bag and move on to the next one. But there's a video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful or helpful, anything like that, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.